Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy LOZA. We're back. We're looking at branded fusion with Dark Magician because Anaconda's gone, right? Anaconda is out of here. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to play the deck moving forward, and I really think this is a great start. So this has been sent in by Dark Magician Man. He's remaining a little bit anonymous, and it's definitely not anyone I know, so stop trying to guess who it is. It's definitely no one we know, okay? Yep. Let's go with that. Let's take a look at the deck list card by card, and then we're going to get into some combos which show off why this is the correct way to play Branded Fusion with Dark Magician. Now, I'm a big fan of Insight, but Dark Magician Man has said, do not play Red Eyes Insight, okay? So there's your message from him. I think if you're not going to play Branded Fusion stuff, definitely play Red Eyes Insight and Ref at 3. But anyway, let's get into this deck profile. 3 Branded Fusion, that seems pretty straightforward. This card is absolutely insane. It's going to facilitate a lot of your plays. It can get you to Dragoon, it can get you to Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, it can get you to, of course, Lubellion, which can get you to Ice Jade, and vice versa. It can get you at everything, right? Basically, we can spew out our entire Fusion extra deck, more or less, via Branded Fusion. So this is like the replacement for Red Eyes Fusion in a build like this. Now, could you run Red Eyes Fusion alongside Branded? You kind of can, but it gets a bit weird. So I'm not going to say don't do it, but yeah, it's a bit strange. I definitely have deck lists with Ref and Branded Fusion, and that's because I'm a monkey. Anyway, Allure of Darkness at 3. Now this is really awesome because the whole deck is dark, except for the Dogmaticas down here and Mana and Mahad. But the point is, there's just so many resources to banish, and you can actually interact and fuse with your banish thanks to Lubellion. So Lubellion can grab stuff from Banish and put it back in your deck, which makes Allure of Darkness better, and finally it has like kind of a relevance in Dark Magician, so that's really cool. So you'll notice we're playing all 4 of the bricks at 1. You might think that's pretty strange, but we'll get on into why that's really like absolutely fine a little bit later. We've got Branded Opening here. Yeah, this card's kind of another copy of Aluba, so I do like it. I think I prefer this ratio to 3 Aluba, because, you know, Branded Opening's kind of your extra copy, but it's got a discard attached. And, you know, it means Rod at 2 is fine as well. We've also got Despian Tragedy. Now, sending this card off Branded Fusion is normally very good, because when this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can add a Despia from deck to hand. You can also banish Tragedy from grave on a different turn, not the same turn that you use the first effect, and then you can add a Branded Spell Trap, or sorry, set a Branded Spell Trap, which means you can set your Branded Fusion and just flip it and use it, so it's great. Really good card, lots of diversity, so yeah, you can just play it at 1 in this build, because it's not a pure Despia build, so it's fine. Despia Theater of the Branded, so this card is like a fusion field spell, so you can fusion a level 8 or higher using monsters from hand or field as material. It also has an additional effect where if a fairy non-fusion monster would leave the field by the opponent's card effect or battle, target of late or higher fusion grave special it. So that could summon out any of the fusion decks any of the fusion cards we're playing as well. So you know, that's pretty cool, but mainly I think you use it for the first effect, and it's highly searchable, so 1 copy is very fine. 2 Magician's Rod are pretty searchable with Illusion of Chaos, and we do have Aluba as kind of a better normal summon, so it's fine to run 2 and 2 in this case because we essentially have a bunch of copies of Rod. 3 Illusion of Chaos, they're just in a little L shape or reverse Tetris block shape here. Yeah, great card, you love Illusion of Chaos, you want to see it, great, 3's fine. I would argue you could drop 1 for a prep, and some people would say you're playing in a draw that way, and I would say I don't really care. I'd rather just do it that way, because that way, if you did open 2 Illusion of Chaos and the prep, like imagine you open all 3 Illusion of Chaos, that sucks. If you at least open prep and 2 Illusion of Chaos, you can summon Magicians or get Magician Souls with 1 of the Illusion of Chaos and then send that prep for a draw, right? So I'm always of the impression that like you should just play like 2 Illusion of Chaos, 1 Terror, but that's a little nitpicky thing from me. But sure. I don't know, I feel like when everyone got this card, it was so hype and everyone played it at 3, and then they just clogged their hand on it, and it's a little lame, but prep can help with that. Anyway, 3 Soul Servant. So I've already said Soul Servant's probably the best spell we have in DM currently, and in this build it looks like we can potentially get the draw 4, so you do love to see it. Magician Souls at 3, I mean, it's one of the best cards we have. You gotta play it at 3, it's real good. Good extender. Summons DM, which is all we really need. 1 punishment to go with the Dogma package. Call by the Grave. Yeah, we want to negate Ash, or Branded Fusion doesn't go through. Super Poly at 3. It's Super Poly format, like, You can main it, you can side it, it's up to you. One Albaz, that's all you're really going to need because you're going to be sending it off your Branded Fusion a lot of the time. So Nadir in this build can send your Ash Dragon, grab Dogmatica stuff, it can send Natis, get a pop, it can send, Albion and search a fusion card or Branded Spell Trap in the end phase. So that's really cool. You can also send Dark Magician Dragonite and get a Dark Magician name in the grave for Soul Servant and stuff like that. Not the most important thing, but can be useful moving forward. So yeah, Nadir's still a pretty good card. It doesn't set up the Schism play here, but that's fine. It's just kind of being an additional spellcaster kind of engine to go on top of your Dogmatica, go on top of your branded stuff. So yeah, the Nadir engine is interesting because if you do get hand trapped on Branded Fusion, you can at least go for the Nadir and hope they don't have Bell. I don't mind it at all. So you only need one Ecclesia and one Flow with that. That's pretty good. These cards are real good. One's a Negate that extends, and one is just a summon that either gets you Punishment or Ecclesia. So, sorry, or Flow. So either way, pretty good, pretty good. 2 Circle and 1 Eternal Soul. That's pretty cool. I always say Circle and Eternal Soul are good at 2 or 1, so we're seeing a 2 and 1 here. That's fine. When I say 2 or 1, I literally mean like you can play them both at 1, play them both at 2, play them at 1 and 2. Like I don't care. It's all the same really. Secrets of Dark Magic. Yeah, this card's real good in branded builds because you can actually fuse using the Lubellion that's normally left over on the field and make like a Dragoon or something like that with it. So it's really nifty. Let's get on to the extra deck. The side deck doesn't really matter right now. Village is probably the most important card here, I want to say. Oh, Night Beam's actually very good for sniping that branded in red. Alright, let's look at the fusions. We've got Dragoon, of course, the boy. Dragoon's still our king. We've got Dark Magician Dragon Knight as well. Another fantastic fusion we can make. And the Dark Magicians. That's all you're going to need for DM fusions. Now into the Albaz ones. We've got Masquerade, which is like a Red Eyes Flare Metal Burn kind of card. Got Quintet for the big Unga Bunga finish the game. We've got Predaplant Dragostapelia for a great Super Poly target. Got 2 Albion because it is the one that you want to dump, but sometimes you do want to summon it as well. Lubellion, crazy good card. I think everyone knows what this one does. It fuses from grave, banish, field. Like it's really good. It has a discard, which sucks, but I think that's why these 4 bricks are going to come into play. You actually want to open them with your branded fusion, ironically. The Despian triple fusion. A Despian monster, a light and a dark. I'm not honestly too sure why we're playing this, but I'm sure that might come up later in the video, or you know, maybe Dark Magician Man will have to tell me, or it's probably a Super Poly target as well. Could be a lot of those things. No Starving Venom, which is interesting, but I guess Dragostapelia is kind of better because it has a negate tied to it. If there was room, you could always play generic stuff like Mud Dragon, Starving Venom as well, but that's up to you and whether you have room. Mirror Jade's crack, you gotta play it. Yeah, Mirror Jade's just real good, you gotta play it. Ash Dragon, normally the one you send off Dogmatica, but you can also make it if you just need a really big monster, because summoning this off Branded Fusion, it gains attack equal to the levels of the monsters used for the fusion summon, so it just gets like to 3,000, 4,000 attack. I honestly thought I'd never summon it. I ended up summoning it one game and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like this helped me OTK, cool. Natis, what's there to say? Card good. Dark Charmer, I really like this card. If you're going to play any Link 2, it's this, right? Anaconda's gone, but the Dark Charmer's good. There's no Selene access code, but whatever. I'd argue you could make room, but I don't know. I don't know the deck well enough. And one Artemis, because it's just still the crucial Link one for Rod, and it really works with the Dogmatica engine, so I dig that, but obviously, more fusion-based build, so we don't really need too many Links. I do like Selene access code, but yeah, it's up to you guys. Alright, so we've opened up the God Hand, which is Magician's Rod, Magician's Souls, and Branded Fusion. Let's see how this plays out. We're going to see a fantastic Magician's Souls going for the Dark Magician. Magician's Rod searching that Soul Servant, which we can later use for a discard. So for now, we're going to activate Branded Fusion. This is going to send Albaz and Mana to the graveyard to summon Albion. That's right. We're getting ahead of ourselves here and banishing a bit earlier, but that's okay. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So we skipped some steps here, but basically that was Albion. I'm going to pause that. That was Albion coming out off the Branded Fusion by sending the Mana and the Fallen of Albaz. From there, Albion on summon tries to fusion summon, right, by banishing material. From there, we banished from the graveyard Magician Souls and our Fallen of Albaz, right? So this is making our second fusion summon. We've met the requirements to summon Lubellion, so now we have summoned out Lubellion off the Albion effect. Now Lubellion's effect is going to try and activate. We do need to discard, so we're going to discard Soul Servant. Oh no, we're not. Discard blank. Okay, so this is a 4-card combo. We need to discard some random card here. So anyway, from there we're going to shuffle back Lubellion and Fallen of Albaz. That's going to give us the Mirror Jade. We're going to keep watching the combo from here. We're going to see Soul Servant go to the grave and also get banished in the exact same interaction. That is going to give us Secrets of Dark Magic. because we only have the Dark Magician. Oh, we have the mana on the field as well, so we should draw an extra card. Yeah, there should be a draw there, but he did say in the chat that there is a blank draw there. So we would have an extra card in the hand here, but we also discarded a random card, so, you know, it kind of just goes even. But the point is, this board ends on Mirror Jade and Dragoon off 3.5, technically 4 cards. That's pretty cool, and that makes Dark Magician branded like really awesome in my opinion. From here we've got Mirror Jade's effect, sending an Albion from deck extra deck to grave, which would banish something, which is kind of like the Circle Eternal Soul combo, but better. Albion in the end phase lets us set or add a branded spell trap, which is absolutely nuts. Not to mention, when we can do it this turn, and we can probably do it on off turn on the opponent's turn too. We've also got Dragoon as an Omni Negate, so that's really cool. So we are going to be able to add the branded fusion off the Albion there, which is kind of insane. So it's nice that we just get to kind of recycle that branded fusion there. You could have a branded in red play kind of thing going on, but I think that worked out just fine. Alright, we're going to look at another test hand. Now this hand is opening all bricks with branded fusion, which would normally be a little bit of an issue, let's say if it was Red Eyes fusion, but let's look at how branded fusion plays out with it. Alright, naturally, slap down branded fusion. Get ashed, go next game. Fallen of Albaz, sending Despian Tragedy in this case. That is going to give us Lubellion. Now we all know Lubellion has a discard attached. We're going to discard that mana, and we are going to fuse using the Lubellion and what I believe is Fallen of Albaz. Yep, fantastic. That's going to give us the Mirror Jade. Despian Tragedy will also search us a Luba, which means we can normal Aluba from here. That's going to grab us the field spell, Despia, Theater of Branded, which, as you know, lets you fusion summon a level 8 or higher fusion monster, which means, here we go, into Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Fantastic. And we've got a bunch of bricks in the grave. Still got DMG in the hand, but that's okay. We're working our way through the bricks. So you can see how a hand that was actually filled with bricks is just kind of fixed by Branded Fusion. Once again, you need to find that way to Branded Fusion. That can be Branded Opening, that can be a Luba. But yeah, I really do dig where this deck is going. Alright, this next hand is all about Branded Fusion with Rod. We do have an Illusion of Chaos too. I'm not sure if that's relevant, but let's find out. Alright, we're sending Dark Magician and the Fallen of Albaz off our Branded Fusion here. This is probably going to make us Lubellion. Fantastic, Lubellion comes out. We're going to pitch... Okay, so the Illusion of Chaos is just a free discard. We're going to discard the Illusion of Chaos. This is, of course, going to fuse the Fallen of Albaz and the Lubellion into our Dragoon. I'm confused. What is happening? I think what he's saying is you can fuse into either of these, whichever is more relevant, depending on the situation. Then you can go for normal summon Rod, effect, grab either Circle or Eternal. Circle, I suppose. Okay, I'm not too sure exactly what this one was saying, but it was just saying Rod plus this stuff can get you here. What I really like with Rod and Branded Fusion is Rod grabbing Secrets of Dark Magic. You do have to have a Dark Magician in your hand, of course, and then from there you can actually ensure Lubellion resolves. Doesn't get effect valid or imperm, because you have the Lubellion effect, you discard, but once again you gotta have that extra card there as well. I hate it, but anyway. Your opponent goes to hand trap the Lubellion, you can go Secrets, chaining it, fusing the DM in your hand and Lubellion on field kind of thing, you know. So I dig that. Of course, Magician Souls does the same thing, as puts the DM on field, so it's kind of more viable than you think. Alright, this next test hand is just Nadir Servant with Branded Fusion. Now, you'll notice there's no Branded Fusion in the hand here, but he's just going to send it from deck. And it's going to be sending the Albaz, sending the mana to make Albion here. Now, Albion is going to fuse using itself and the Fallen of Albaz into Mirror Jade. From there, we're going to activate Nadir, sending Titanic Ash Dragon, or Tit Dragon as I like to call it. This is going to give us Ecclesia with Punishment, or it could be Fleur. It's totally up to you. Oh, sorry, no, that's incorrect. It gives you Ecclesia searching Punishment, because Tit Dragon will search Fleur in the end phase. So you've got yourself 2 negates, a double pop, and a banish, which isn't too shabby at all for like a Dark Magician, Dogmatica style branded deck. I like it, it's cool. Alright, last one we're going to look at today is opening Soul Servant with, I don't know, a bunch of cards. I'm guessing they're free discards though. So we've got Branded Opening, discarding the Soul Servant. Okay, so Soul Servant is the discard here. And this means we get our Luba. No, it isn't the discard. Okay, no. Soul Servant is not the discard. We've searched a random spell to discard. So, Branded Opening, discarding anything, okay? So, 3-card combo. Let's go. Here comes a Luba. A Luba is going to add us Branded Fusion. We're going to activate Branded Fusion, sending mana and sending Faller of Albaz. We're going to fuse using Faller of Albaz and Aluba. So sorry, Albion effect. The order that this is in is so fucking cringe. Albion. Okay, I understand it, but like you could have done it in a way that just makes it a little more linear, but that's fine. So basically, the first fusion was Faller of Albaz and mana, summoning Albion, and now Albion's effect on summon, which has banished Fallen of Albaz and Aluba to summon out Lubellion. From here, we're going to have Lubellion's effect, so we're going to discard Called by the Grave. So these are just random discards, basically. We're going to discard Called by the Grave. We're going to put Albaz and Lubellion back in the deck. This should give us the Mirror Jade. Fantastic. Soul Servant now is going to banish and stack just one card in this case, which is Rod. Rod is going to grab us Circle, which is apparently going to hit Secrets. What? Okay, I'm reading over the notes, and the reason for no preparation of rights is because he has more darks for the Allure mathematics, which, look, I can understand, but that doesn't really make sense because prep gets you a dark anyway. Like, that, it doesn't add up to me, but sure ting. I think you need to check your math on that one, but that's alright. That's alright. The out to Floodgates is Circle plus Magician's Soul / Summoning DM. Yep, pretty straightforward DM stuff. Or Nadir's Servant, which of course would try to send Natis to pop them. Yep, once again, stuff that we all know if we've played the engines before. The out to Problem, Super Poly, Dragoon Pops, Normal Summon Albaz for Titanic Lad, Dragostabelia Quintet. Alright, this is all well and good, but you know what fixes a lot of problems going, especially if we know we're going first? Village. Set up Village, congratulations, your opponent doesn't get to play. One of the best things is, you can just start your turn with Village. What are they going to do? Put down Village, your opponent has to use their Branded in Red immediately. They have to chain it before you normal summon a spellcaster. After that, they're screwed. So I really like main deck Village this format. I even think going second Village isn't bad at all right now, which is really weird because normally it's, you know, only good going first. But yeah, I think Village has a spot in the main right now, to be honest. Maybe not in a build this clunky, like there's so much going on in here that I feel like Village would just get lost. But hey, I'm a big fan of Village. So anyway, this is going to be the branded deck profile I put out. Now, once again, it's not mine. I just want to reiterate that. This is Dark Magician, guys, and I do think it's a great idea. I think the combos are cool. The bricks are sensational. But yeah, I'm probably going to try and play Pure as well as branded. But if I do play branded, I'm going to be looking to play something similar to this. I really love the combo of Souls and Rod and Branded Fusion. It really just makes the deck work, makes the deck shine. Other options are playing stuff like Upstart, the Bonds package, only playing Dark Magician and Mana instead of all of the bricks. You can play Guardian Chimera, you can play Branded in Red, the Branded Lost package, you know, but that is up to you guys. I think what we got here is a pretty solid foundation for Dark Magician Branded. The most important combo is still going to be that one with Magician's Rod, Souls, and Branded Fusion. Just being able to get to Dragoon plus Mirror Jade, that is absolutely sensational. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to hear it. Are you going to play Pure? Are you going to play Branded? All of our normal summons are kind of dead now except for Aluba and Rod, so let's see what we come up with moving forward. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you very soon. Bye.